Hello all, this is Ultimate Prime, and today I'm going to be reviewing Skullsmasher with Grax, and this is part of the Titans Return line. And before we get started reviewing the figure, let's just take a quick look at the box. And you can see it's got a picture of Skullsmasher there. You got a picture of the Headmaster or Titan Master there. And on the side, you've got the other picture of the Titan Master. And if you turn it on the back, you can see that Skullsmasher transforms in 11 steps. You see him in his robot mode, his animal mode. You also see that the Titan Master Grax can transform in 1 step, and that he can actually ride in the vehicle, or the animal mode of Skullsmasher. And that he can fit with several different sizes, and they just named a few. Terrible, who is a Titan Master, can fit with Scourge, Galvatron, and Autobot Blaster, which are all different sizes. And I'm just going to read the back of the package. It says, "The Decepticons unite with Titan Master partners to power up for battle. Grax masks the energy signature of the bots he's bonded to, making Skullsmasher invisible to the Autobots." Well, that would be an awesome power, I'm sure, especially since he's an alligator. Maybe he can sneak up on other Autobots and try to bite them like an alligator would. Anyway, that's enough for the box. Let's take a look at Skullsmasher here. Here he is in his animal form, and I'd have to say that he looks pretty nice. I mean, I really do like this line. To me, it's one of the better Hasbro lines. The characters can be a little bit thin at times, but I mean, like, they're a little bit hollow, as you can see. Even Skullsmasher, like in the tail and things like that, they can be a little hollow, but at the same time, they look really nice, and they have a lot of articulation. So, speaking of that, let's just take a look at Skullsmasher in his animal mode. His head can move around a lot. It actually can do a full 360. Can move up, down, left, right. His mouth does open, if you can get it. There it is. You see a nice alligator tongue in there, which looks pretty cool. His feet can move up and down, and his legs can move outwards and inwards. And let's see what else. His other leg, he can actually bend at the waist too. So his waist can actually twist all the way around. In case you wanted him, I guess, leaning on his side. Maybe he's gotten shot and his body's all twisted or something. I don't know. But you can twist him at the waist. His legs can move out and in a little bit, not very much, but they can move inwards and outwards, and they can move up and down. Of course, that sometimes detaches him, so you have to hold on to his midsection to make that happen, but he can do a full 360 turn there. And the back of his tail can swivel from side to side. Let's put that back on. And so, yeah, there he is. That's good for his articulation. He looks pretty good to me. He does come with his Titan Master buddy Grax. And here he is. He is black and green. He's got, of course, the head on the back, and which he can transform into. And let's put him inside Skullsmasher. You just open up the back here, and there's a seat. It's pretty deep, actually, so if you want to actually put him in there and make him be seeable while he's in there, you have to actually stand him up, or else he falls way down in there. But you can have him there right on top where he is somewhat seeable, or you can close him and just kind of keep him in there for storage so that you don't lose him. And so he can ride inside of there. And I mean, that's pretty much all I can say. He does look pretty good. And I think he's a
So
pretty
now
cool
another
figure.
thing you can do while he is in vehicle mode or animal mode is, now this is totally unofficial, but you can take his tail off and you can put his Titan Master inside the tail. And actually, let's take the gun off so we can get him in there. Okay, so he's got his little peg here. There is a peg hole right here. You just stick him in there. He sits nicely. And he forms a little battle station type mode. Now this is useful when you have one of the leader class Titans Returns figures in their battle station mode. You would just flip the peg down. You can stick him in certain areas and he can swivel and make a battle station. But even if you don't have a leader class figure, you can still put him in this mode, and it can almost look like a little vehicle or something, or a boat that he could be piloting, which would make sense since he is a crocodile. So, I mean, he would be in the water. He'd be likely to be in the water. So having a partner in a boat, you know, with a cannon might be useful. So, also, now this is the part that is pretty unofficial, but I like it anyway, is you can plug him on the tail end on the back. And there he goes. Look at that. You have him ready to blast somebody in case they try to attack him. Maybe a little bit of a scorpion type alligator. Yeah, why not? Anyway, so yeah, this is something else that I thought would be interesting. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a quick comparison. Here he is with Blur from the Titan Masters line. He is quite a bit longer than Blur due to his tail. So, yeah, he actually makes Blur look pretty tiny. And so, I mean, he's actually a pretty gigantic alligator. So he wouldn't really be hiding in this form, I would say, because, I mean, he would be absolutely massive as he's bigger than a vehicle in this mode. So the next thing that I'm going to do is transform him back into robot mode. And so to do that, first let's go ahead and take out the Titan Master. Take him out, and we'll go ahead and take off his tail. His tail does have a weapon attached inside of it, and I'll go ahead and show you that right now. It's a gun, forms the end of his tail, but of course he can hold it when he's in robot mode. So, in order to transform him back, one of the things that we'll want to do first is let's start with his legs. We just want to fold his legs out and down like that. His feet come down, and this foot comes down. This one's a little tight. One of the things that I should mention with him is that I actually did kind of tighten up some of his joints because he was very loose when I got him. Very loose. So I did modify him just a little bit in order to make it tighter. But there are his legs. And then what you want to do with the top is you want to pull the head up so that you can get the arms out, and you pull the arms here, down here, from the shoulders, down from the shoulders. You can then pull out the hands right here and pull this part back, and pull out the hands here and pull the alligator feet back, and then this headpiece can come down. Actually, I believe this headpiece can actually come off as well if you'd like. It's on a ball joint, so you could actually pull it off, but I don't really see any reason why you would need to do that. But just as a note, and let's adjust the camera. And so there he is, mostly completed. We just want to put his Titan Master head on, and so they're very easy to transform. Just put the arms down and fold the feet in. And there he is, the Titan Master head, and you plug it right here in the top. And there you have Skullsmasher in his robot mode. And let's see if I can stand him upright. He's still a little bit loose even with the tightening that I did, so that is one issue that I've had with him. But there he is in his robot mode. And so let's add his weapons in. His tail can be used as a weapon. You just fold out this little part here, stick it in his hand, and he's got a sort of tail gun. With that, you can either put his pistol in this arm as a separate gun, or if you'd like, you can add it to this part, and it makes it even more into a tail sort of gun type of weapon. So, let's see, let's take this off. Oh, it's there he goes. Animal foot came off. All right, and so let's just go over the articulation with this guy. So his shoulders can move up and down due to the transformation ever so slightly. His head is on a swivel so it can spin completely around. It can move a little left to the right. You can look slightly up, slightly down. His arms swivel at the top part of the arm, complete 360. He can do a 360 turn with his arm. He bends at the elbow, and the bottom part of his arm can also do a 360 and twist all the way around. His hands can move in and out. His waist can do a full swivel, full 360. And his leg can also do a full 360. The upper part of the leg can turn completely around as well. I didn't actually do it, but he can. And his knees do bend. And his feet can move slightly up due to the transformation, but you don't get a whole lot of movement there. And that's pretty much it for his articulation. I mean, he does have a lot of articulation, as do most of the characters in this line. So that is definitely something that I've noted between after viewing a lot of these characters, that they have a great amount of articulation. So that makes him posable. His main problem is he's not very good at standing up straight. He tends to want to fall over a lot. And like I said, when I first got him, his legs were very loose. They were very loose, so I had to try to tighten them up a little bit. So just be prepared for that. But other than that, I mean, this character looks good. I mean, I think he fits in perfectly in the line. As a matter of fact, let's put him with one of the other Titans Return characters, Hardhead. She looks great with, and we'll also put him with Scourge, his other wave mate. And let's move Scourge over here, see if I can fit them all in. And as you can see, they fit in very good. Yeah. So I gotta admit, I do like this character, and he fits in well with the rest of the line. Just let me show you real quick the Headmaster gimmick that he has, which is that you can pull off his head and you can put other heads on him. So in this case, let's go ahead and put Nightbeat's head on him. And Nightbeat is having a little bit of trouble fitting in there. Sometimes you have to change the connection piece a little bit to help him fit a little bit better. And so there he goes with Nightbeat's head. Doesn't really match the color, but you get the point. He can have different heads on him. And let's see, let's stick this head back on. And there we go. So now I'm going to go ahead and get him transformed back into his animal mode. And in order to do that, we want to first take off the head. And we are going to start by folding up his legs. He's one of the simpler transformations in this line, to tell you the truth. You just fold his legs up here like this and make sure that the legs push together. The hands and the front are going to fold in, and they just fold in to the wrist. And now probably the trickiest part is that when you pull his arms up, you pull them up by the shoulder, he's got a little peg hole here that notches into here. So you pull him up kind of at an angle. You want to make sure that he merges there at an angle where these guys are kind of splintering out. And so you're going to do that on this side and make sure that the notch is over here. So let's make sure he connects in there good. There he goes. Make sure that the notches are like that. And then he's got two more little pegs right here. And you're going to push those into the little holes right down here on the side. He's got like a little notch here and a little notch on this side. And so those two notches are going to fit in there to kind of tighten them up. And let's see. Get them all tight in there. Okay, and get this side. All right, there he goes. Now that'll keep his feet kind of splattered out, so you want to make sure that they're spread a little bit. And there he goes. Then the last part you want to do is just take his tail. His tail has a little hole here. There is a peg right here on the back. And you just pop his tail right on there. And of course put the little handle down. And the gun, I just left that gun. You didn't have to take it out. And so I left the gun in there. And there you have Skullsmasher back in his animal mode. And just one more thing to note is that you can have his headmaster ride on the inside. He also has little pegs right here on the feet. Here, let me see if I can show you that. He's got a little peg on either side of the foot, one just like this, one over here on the other side. So you can put headmaster, Titan Master figures right on that peg to have them ride on his foot. Not really sure if that will be the best place for them to ride, but you do have that option. So there you go. As a matter of fact, just for fun, let's put another headmaster on his other foot. So there you go. You got two headmasters right there riding on his feet. And then you know what? I'm going to throw another one right there in the center. So here we go. Let's take Nightbeat, get him transformed, and we'll put Nightbeat in here too. And there you go. So now he's got three Transformer Titan Masters riding on him. So he's all powered up. Rawr. Yeah. So anyway, also before we go, I wanted to show you the third mode that I discovered. And this I call his tadpole mode. I mean, you can, as I mentioned earlier, you can pull his head off, the back of his head off, and you know, I just found that you can put it on the tail if you want to and make sort of a tadpole or a seahorse type of look. He can swim around maybe if he was in a fish tank. Yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to throw that part in because, you know, hey, it makes him almost into a triple changer or something. So that is it for this review. If you enjoyed this review, please like and subscribe. I'll be coming at you with more reviews in the future. So until then, have a great day, and I'll catch you later.